So, today we'll be talking about ways to deal with toxic and fake people. This is my second video on toxic and fake people, so if you haven't watched the first video, I would suggest you to watch that first. Getting back to the topic, we know who toxic people are and how they make our life difficult. Dealing with toxic people is something we all have to confront in our lives at one point or another. Narcissists, compulsive liars, sociopaths, manipulators, gossipers, and those wallowing in self pity are just a few examples of toxic people. They always find a way to get into other people's lives and create drama in order to manipulate a social circle to suit their needs. They often apply a divide and rule strategy in which they plant the seeds of instability in order to make themselves seem essential. Today, I have brought 5 ways to deal with toxic and fake people. If you stick with your decision to leave them and apply these tips properly, you would get fruitive results. Tip number 1. Recognize the toxic people in your life. Being able to spot toxic people is the first step to minimizing their impact. You might not be able to change what they do, but knowing who they are might help you get rid of them. There are some ways to detect whether a person is toxic or not. A fake person isn't interested in what you have to say unless you agree with them. They have a hard time accepting that they might be wrong. If the person habitually tries to tell you that you're mistaken and lacks empathy when you ask for advice, then he or she might be a toxic person. They always break their promises and have excuses. If they talk only about their needs and only complain about the things that bother them, they are toxic for you. They may ask for your advice but don't take it, remaining stuck repeating the same issue. They only see you as a person they can vent to, releasing their stress and frustrations. If that person can't be trusted, don't ever share anything with them. You may have difficulty at work, and this person would gossip to others about it, using your situation as a dramatic story to entertain others. Tip number 2. Cut ties with this person. After you have found the toxic person in your life, don't wait to leave them. This is a very hard step, so you might face difficulty following this step. Toxic people can change their behavior from being rude to acting helpless. It would be extremely difficult to confront them, but again, if we don't cut ties with this person, we would have to face lots of stress in our life. When we get lots of negativity in our life, we are more likely to turn negative. Toxic people are dangerous from causing extreme stress to slowing your progress. They can be a massive drain on your time and happiness. The reason behind their behavior are less important than the damage they cause, which may be far more dangerous than you think. Toxic people might cause you to doubt yourself or defend your choices. They make you feel angry, resentful, uncomfortable, miserable, and even ashamed of yourself. You may feel emotionally exhausted after spending time with them, or worse, you may find that you dislike the person you become when you are with them. It's often unconscious, yet that's what makes it so poisonous, and that's why it's crucial that we remove the toxic people from our lives. You can see the toxic person as a heavy and tight chain tied in your legs. It would be hard to remove them, but if you don't, it would be hard for you to get ahead in your life. Tip number 3. Keep a safe distance. This is a step you can follow if you can't do as suggested in the second step. If it's a roommate, family member, your colleague, or anyone you can't leave, then this step would help. In this step, you need to try to stay away from them as much as possible. You need to reduce the duration of contact with that person. Remembering how toxic they are for you and your life, you need to stay away from them in order to reduce the toxicity from your life. Toxic and fake people are attention seekers, and when you stop giving them the attention they are craving from you, they themselves would walk away. Just like other steps, it is very hard to perform. Keep in mind that they are very manipulative and will try their best to be with you, but if you stick with their plan, their manipulation wouldn't affect you. Tip number 4. Say them how you feel. This may sound stupid, but it's important not just for you, but for them as well. Opening up is a very difficult task even if you're outgoing. The case might be that they have a toxic person in their life, giving them unnecessary stress, causing them to be toxic. One person's toxicity can spread to another just like a virus. If that person was once very close to you and was doing good, but then they turned toxic eventually, then it's a good idea to open up with them. If we just keep our feelings buried in our hearts, they might just give us more poison. If the person refuses to talk anything about it instead of trying to understand what you're saying, it's time for you to pack up and leave. If they try to change, then help them go through it. Anytime you engage with a toxic person about their behavior, there is going to be some form of conflict. It might be wholly passive aggressive. It might result in a silent treatment and avoidance of the whole thing, or it might result in an all out war. Before you choose to engage, you have to decide that this is a fight worth fighting for you, that not saying something or not doing something in response to this treatment doesn't work for you or your self respect, and that it has to be acknowledged. Tip number 5. Learn to say no. This is a step you would have to follow even when you have cut ties with a toxic person. As we know, they are master manipulators. They can make us do the things we don't want to do even after we maintain a distance with them. Toxic people are going to do what they do, use toxicity as a way to get their needs met. The only thing we have any control over is how we respond. Saying no refers that we are ignoring them. Slowly but surely, with every time you ignore them, you show them that they can't affect you and get the energy they are trying to drain from you. They'll eventually stop and move on to someone who is easier to manipulate. You don't have to feel sorry for them, as they themselves don't have any feelings for you. Like this, if you follow the steps given in this video, the toxic people themselves will fed up and leave you alone, even if they are someone close like a relative, colleague, roommate, etc. So, in this video, I gave you 5 tips on how to deal with toxic and fake people. You can use these tips without any doubt because I myself have tried it and it worked. I hope you liked this video. If this video was useful, share this to your friends and family members, as this is a thing everyone needs to know. Please like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I got many positive responses and advices up to now, so very thank you for your support. Write in the comments what you want in the next video. Hope you're fine. Take care. Stay safe. Be positive.